We see on our parsha that in the previous parsha it says that Hashem spoke through Aaron and Moshe, telling the Jewish people that they're going to be redeemed and leave Mitzrayim. And it says, "Vayaminu Amam," the nation believed. The language is as follows. I'm going to read the language. Vaydaber Aaron, vayelech Moshe v'Aaron, vayasfu et kol ziknei bnei Yisroel, vaydaber Aaron et kol dvarim haele, vayamen ha'am. The nation believed. Vayishru ki pokad Hashem es v'Yisroel ki roeh soron yom vayikdu vayishtachavu. So when they said the statement, the revelation, the amazing news that they're going to leave Mitzrayim, so they believed and they bowed down to Hashem. They were happy. And our parsha says as follows: Vaydaber Moshe ken lebnei Yisrael. Moshe told the Jewish people that Hashem is going to get them out of Egypt, and he heard their pain. Velo yishomu el Moshe mikoitzer ruach u'ma'avoid kosher. They didn't hear Moshe. Unkul says like Kabilu didn't receive what he said. Why? Mikoitzer ruach u'ma'avoid kosher. So Rashi says, what is koitzer ruach? Kol mishu hu meitzer, anyone who has pain, rucho, his spirit, unishmos, and his soul, ktsor, is narrow. Ve'elo yochol ha'ayich v'nishmos, he cannot lengthen his breathing. It's short breathing, cannot have long breathing. What does that mean? So the Ramban on the place explains a little bit deeper, and he says as follows: Loi ba'avur shelo ya'aminu b'Hashem and His Ways. They didn't hear Moshe not because they didn't believe in Hashem or in his prophet Moshe that are going to be redeemed and rescued. Rak, only shelo itu oizen lidvorov. They didn't bend their ears to his words. Mikoitzer ruach, from shortness of spirit. Ko'odom shetiktzar nafshe ba'amoloi, like a person that works hard and he has a very narrow of his soul, very hard, very painful. Velo yirtze lichyo yisrega betzaroi. His desire is not to live even one more minute with such pain. So his focus, I want to relieve the pain. That's all he's thinking of. He doesn't even want to live in 1 minute with his pain. Even though you tell him that later on the pain will be relieved. Doesn't care about later on. He wants now. He doesn't even live, I don't want to live 1 minute with my pain. What do you mean? But later on, a few minutes from now, an hour, a day, 10 days, a month, you'll be relieved. Again, his own free will is to not to live, even though we're going to have a expansion later on. What was really the pain they had? Shortness of spirit. Their fear. Again, Paroi, that Paro will not kill them. Bachere with a sword, kasher omu shotrem el Moshe, like the police told Moshe that that's what Hashem caused them to do. From Moshe Rabbeinu's speaking to Moshe, to Paroi, caused them to be killed with the swords of Paro. So that tremendous pain, beaten, and if they didn't listen, they didn't produce, will be killed. So they have a life-threatening reality, being beaten up, and a life-threatening that if they won't produce, and they won't care about the beating, they'll be killed. So such pain, they couldn't hear Moshe saying, listen, mañana, tomorrow, you're going to be released. I don't care about mañana now. I'm beating down now, right now, in the pain of being killed. And I can't hear you about tomorrow. The focus on the moment. This very important message, which we have to learn. There's an amazing Or HaChaim, unbelievable Or HaChaim, very famous Or HaChaim. Few words that we have to understand the depths of the Or HaChaim, because the Or HaChaim gives us the solution. When a person is in such position, that is in such pain, and such koitze ruach, and such avodah kosher, how he's going to overcome himself and see the future and relieve the pain and could hear the geula. Unbelievable. Or HaChaim HaKodesh. The Or HaChaim HaKodesh says like this: Mikoitze ruach, from shortness of spirit, ulai maybe, ki letzad shelo hoyu bnei Torah. The side is all this happened because they were not bnei Torah.
Not learning Torah.
Not learning Torah. Shelo hoyu bnei Torah.
Bnei Torah.
They were not bnei Torah. Lo yishomu, they couldn't hear. Velozeh yikorei koitze ruach. Why they had shortness of the spirit? They were short, narrow spirit. They couldn't hold out because they were not bnei Torah. And he says, Ki ha-Torah marcheves liboi shel adam. When a person learns Torah, it expands the heart of a man. Now, what does that mean? I want to explain this. Very important. When a person is a ben Torah and he learns Torah, his heart has been expanded, and all the pain doesn't make him koitze ruach. Just before I came here to the Beis Medrash, some rabbi came over to me, one of the students in the yeshiva, one of the programs in the yeshiva, that he left the yeshiva. He left the yeshiva. And what bothered him? He says, my father is a Talmid Chacham, a tzaddik, and how come he has a life of pain? And that bothers him. He says, I don't want, when he starts learning Torah, he gets choked. He can't. He says, means I'm going to learn Torah, be like my father, and be full of problems. I don't want to be that. This is a true story. I used to show you right before I came here. Now, what is the answer for that? Doesn't mean if you learn Torah, the pain doesn't come. Comme la kabbalah Torah ma'avirin o malchus vol derech. The Moshe Feinstein is medayek. Doesn't say lo noitnin. They don't give on him all malchus derech. Ma'avirin means they exist, because once we ate from Eitz Hadas, once we sinned in Eitz Hadas, that's it. The pain is there. It's a gzeira. You cannot remove. It has to be there, but it can be removed. If somebody accepts the yoke of Torah, Hashem removes. Doesn't give on him. It removes. It's there all the time. It can be removed. Now, how is being removed? What does it mean to be removed? And this is we have to delve in to the depths of why, when a person has koitze ruach and avodah kosher, when a person has a hard work or problems in his life, if you're not a ben Torah, it chokes your soul, it chokes your spirit. And if you're ben Torah, your heart gets expanded and you're not being bothered. And this is really the secret, very big secret. And if somebody understands this, he can have all his life, amazing life. The Gemara says a story in Masechet Nedorim. There was a big rabbi, his name was Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda. Big rabbi, Rabbi Yehuda. And he was walking in the street, and his face was shining. And a matronisa, a Roman minister woman, saw him. He says, oh, must be you have a very easy life. Must be you raising pigs. It's a very, very prohibit parnosa, but very easy, make a lot of money. Or malva beribis, you're lending money with interest. You don't have to work hard. See, your face is all shining and all happy. You don't see crumble. You don't see pain. And the hardship of life is not getting at you. Must be that you're rich and you have an easy life. You're making money easy. That's what she said. And the Gemara says that's not true. Rabbi Yehuda really was the Gadol Ador. And he was a big leader, but he was very poor. Ad Kedei Kach, he had one garment. One garment. That when he went to learn Torah in the yeshiva, his wife had to stay home. But when his wife wanted to go to the market, he'd stay home, and she went with a garment. He was so poor. His whole generation was poor. There were 6 students learning, wrapping themselves with one piece of garment, with one book. Like the Ammonites had 2 or 3 people. There were 6 people around one book. You learn from that side, everybody's learning from another side. They were so poor. So I was happy. The Gemara says he answered her a pasuk from Mishlei. Chochmas Odom Tair Ponov. The wisdom of a man shines his face. What does that mean? It's not just words. It's real. When a person has wisdom inside, the wisdom of the Torah, it goes outside, his face is shining. Because internal, inside, Pikuda Hashem Yesholim Esamchelei, the words of the Torah make straight and makes a person's happy. The heart is happy because you are filled with wisdom. So none of the iniquities and the pressures of life doesn't break the inside. The inside you have fire and you're always with Hashem. So everything that happens is external, not inside. Inside you're with Hashem. And with Hashem you feel the most strength. When you rely on Hashem, this gives you peace inside because you learn a daf well, you learn Gemara well, Besugya. With all the problems you feel, you're with the strength of Hashem. Nothing should bother you. You're with the Father. He's giving you, He's the backbone. Nothing really is going to bother you. Nothing is going to crack down on you. You're with Hashem. You're directing Gan Eden. So if somebody learns Torah, nothing gets into him. Everything's shielded. He's inside. He's happy with the wisdom of Hashem. Chochmas Otay Pono is because Hashem is showing him some chalev. It makes the heart happy. So why the Jewish people couldn't hear? Why the Jewish people couldn't hear Moshe Rabbeinu? Why? Because they were not Bnei Torah. If the Bnei Torah, the Torah expands the heart of a man, and it doesn't just bother a person. Nothing. He's always with Hashem. He's always floating. Nothing is bothering him. This is really true. Talmid Chacham, they really learn Torah to tell you. So this child, from whatever he came from, and he tells me, I don't want to learn Torah because I don't be like my father. My father's a tzaddik. He has full of problems. That's not true. If he has this problem, his father's not no problem. If I don't know if his father's not a real ben Torah, nothing bothers him. He's a happy person. My father used to say was a big rabbi named Rabbi Davis. And he was a Rebbe. He came from Europe. And he was a Rebbe, and they wanted to knock him down. They wanted the American teachers. He was a European Jew. So they took him down from Yeshiva Ktane to 8th grade, 7th grade. And they thought they were putting him down. He's going to leave the job on its own. He won't have to pay him, all those pitzuim and all those who knows what. And they see, whenever they put him, he's even more happier. He's learning strong. He has now to learn all the Sifri, and after the day, why Rashi chose this page, he puts all the energy that when he spoke to the kids, in that level, there will be the proper understanding, the most easiest way, and the directly, the exact svara. And he's even happy. He's learning more Torah. He's even more happy. When a person with Hashem, nothing bothers him. His inside internally is a happy person. If I see a student Diaspora Yeshiva, my father used to say, this is memory, that his face is not shining, means he's not learning Diaspora Yeshiva. He's not really learning Torah. If you really learn Torah, with all your energy, you're a happy person. Because Hashem is some chalev inside. So nothing should bother you. You have this problem, this sickness, that problem. Doesn't bother you. Internal, you're happy. This is really true. Emes la'amitoy. And if somebody learns Torah and he has simchas Torah be'emes, he doesn't have koitzeruah, he doesn't have any shortness of the spirit, and everything is easy, everything is oirech not koitzeruah, length of ruach, not koitzeruah. It's a big lesson. So you can test yourself where you're holding. Are you really learning Torah? Are you really put your energy in iyun and bekiyas and knowing the Torah and connecting to Pekuda Hashem Yeshua Mesam Chalev, or it's a fake? Very simple. Does the pressures of life knock you down and you're becoming down and depressed, or are you just shining and happy? That's the reality. That's what Rabbi Yehuda answered this Matunisa. Chochmas Odom Tair Ponav. The wisdom of a person has to shine. Doesn't have problems. There's loads of problems. But those problems don't hurt my internal happiness, because inside I have Hashem. I'm connected to Hashem. And many years ago, was a guy came to Yeshiva and he asked, I was a young rabbi. It was Ronnie Vilitz, a guy in Yeshiva. He came with a few of his friends, that they're in the business of records. In those days was records and music and this and that. And they come to Yeshiva. And I was a young rabbi in their 30s, something like that. I'm teaching in Yeshiva here in the long table. Remember that? That'll be sure. And he asked him, why are you so happy and shining? So I told him, because we have the true Torah. Simple. And the effect of those guys, they did tshuva. Says, why? Because they wanted to connect. How come we have so much problem? We work day and night hard, and we have money and problems, and it's getting into our souls, and they cannot handle the problems. You see a guy has no money, sitting in the yeshiva, and he's all shiny and happy. What's going on? They want to be attacked. They want to get connected to that happiness. Yes, we have the true Torah. If you learn Torah with all your strength, you're happy. This is the happiness. The happiness is here. But you have to work for it. You work for it, put energy to it, you become a shiny, happy person. And you have Or HaChaim and avoido kala. All the work is easy. Good Shabbos.